Hi and welcome to another UK Esports weekly news roundup. I'm your host Dom Sacco and I'm going to be looking at some of the top stories that happened in UK Esports over the past week. So this week's top headlines include League of Legends and Hearthstone dropped from the UK Masters, Epsilon's British Call of Duty team to miss out on the World League event due to email blunder, new organisations back the League of Legends ESL Premiership as a split gets underway, Nerd Rage sign a promising European Overwatch team, and our top story this week, Team EndPoint up in arms after their CSGO team was relegated from the ESEA Premier Division in a controversial ruling. Okay, our top story this week, UK esports organisation Team EndPoint have been relegated from the ESEA CSGO Premier Division to the ESEA Main in a controversial move. EndPoint player SEO published a post on Reddit titled ESEA Premier Bias this week, claiming that ESEA had unfairly relegated EndPoint. He's accused them of bias and favouritism towards other teams, some of whom have remained in the division despite breaking the ruling over defaulting matches. So he said on Reddit, "We were told at the beginning of the season that if we default 4 or more games, we would be kicked out. We were also told that the relegation system would mean either the bottom 2, 4 or 6 teams would be relegated. Having finished the season in 18th place, that's out of 24, so it's just above what they would have been told is a relegation zone, we figured that our position in the Premier was safe and that we would be competing in the next season. However, we've been found out we've been relegated to ESEA Main. Why have they relegated 8 teams this season after stating that it would be 4 or 6 teams at the start of the season? This proves the bigger names and sponsors will get put ahead of you despite the rulings when it comes to leagues. If you break the rules, you're out. If they break the rules, they're allowed back in with no repercussions." Okay, looking at the other stories that happened this week in UK esports, League of Legends and Hearthstone has been dropped from the UK Masters Spring Split 2017. Multiplay confirmed the changes on Twitter. However, there still will be a CSGO split taking place, and that will be the sole title of the spring season. And teams will be able to compete for a £15,000 prize pool, and prizes will be awarded for each map win. However, Multiplay did say that it's keen to bring League of Legends back for the summer split. Okay, next up, Nerd Rage, a UK esports organisation, have signed a promising European Overwatch team. They've brought on board a top 20 European Overwatch team that was previously known as Potato Team. The roster has placed well in recent Go4 Overwatch events and is currently ranked 17th in Europe according to the GoSu rankings. The roster features 2 British players, Fusions and Smex, and also features Nutty B, Trob, Jonah and Lawliet. Epsilon's Esports, all British Call of Duty team, will not be playing at London's Gfinity Arena for the Call of Duty World League tournament this month due to an email blunder. It seems that team captain Vortex forgot to send the email needed for team registration on time. The team will now look to play in the open bracket at MLG Atlanta and ESWC Winter instead. Okay, new organisations have been added to the ESL Premiership UK and Ireland League of Legends Spring Split. Irish organisation Cyclone GG have acquired Random's Premiership spot, and equally Team Pariah have returned to the Premiership after acquiring the roster of Battle Cops. And the first week matches for the ESL Premiership have taken place. Team ZenX beat Enclave 2-0, GLB drew with Bulldog 1-1, XL also drew with Cyclone 1-1, and M&M Gaming got off to a winning start. The UK champions, they won 2-0 against Team Pariah, putting ZenX and M&M at the top of the league. Could Fnatic Academy be playing in the ESL Premiership in the UK? Riot Games made a change to their EU League of Legends Championship Series rulebook back in December, which went largely unnoticed but could have a big impact on the UK scene. The policy change concerns LCS sister teams playing in the Challenger Series, for example Fnatic Academy. And the statement says, from the 2017 summer split, sister teams will not be eligible to compete in or advance to the Challenger Series, but can continue to compete in the European regional leagues. Does that mean Fnatic will drop down, their sister team drop down into the UK League, or will they play in the Nordic League because they have some Nordic players? Will they change the roster? UK might be more convenient for them. They've worked closely with ESL UK in the past, and they're based in the UK, so who knows? Misfits, the EU LCS League of Legends team that originally qualified from the ESL UK Premiership last year, have won their first game in the LCS today. They beat Giants Gaming 2-0. It's not UK scene news, but you know, they came from the UK scene and they've got a UK player in top laner Alfari, so good news for those guys. Okay, those are the main stories this week, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and share this if you enjoyed it. And to read more into these stories, get more detail, and to check out the latest UK esports and League of Legends news, please be sure to check out esports-news.co.uk or click the links in the description. If you have any news tips for me, just tweet me at dom_sacco or email dom@esports-news.co.uk. And lastly, love him or I hate him, UK League of Legends streamer Groscore made it back to Master Tier last week, and in one of his promotion matches he was playing out of his usual position. We'll leave you with one of his weird plays during that game. Okay, see you next week, guys. Cheers, bye.
Boys, Malphite's up against Malphite's up against Nautilus, lads. It's Lee St. John against our head crew. We're going to hide that map, man. Mate, can everybody just f*** off out my lane? Can everyone just f*** off out my lane, please? I'm done. I'm totally done.